Today, after 5 years, Assassin's Creed Unity's Steam rating has been upgraded from mixed to mostly positive. Maybe they had some kind of fire sale? This is CheckPoint. Welcome to CheckPoint. We're here.
And you're not.
And Paul's over there.
Oh, and there's a penguin under here.
What are you doing down there, Mr. Penguin?
Get out of here, you silly penguin.
Popular 1970s erotic manual, The Joy of Sex, is back in the news, but not for the reason you'd think. Twitch has recently removed The Joy of Sex from their category listing, but since Twitch bans sexual content unless it has, quote, educational, scientific, artistic, newsworthy, or academic, unquote, value, then why was The Joy of Sex there in the first place? Well, once upon a time, there was a home gaming console called the Philips CDI. It boasted 193 games, and among those games were titles made specifically for the sophistication of adults. And by adults, I don't mean anything prurient. I mean titles like Dutch Masters of the 17th Century, Go Special Edition, and Playboy's Complete Massage. I'm sorry, how did that get in there? The Joy of Sex was made into a CDI title, with the box copy billing it as a wise, entertaining, uninhibited guide to lovemaking containing a sparkling combination of video, illustrations, commentary, and music made easily and instantly accessible. Twitch added this CDI game when they ingested a giant list of games to fill out their category listing. Possibly the only reason Twitch noticed it was in the list was because a streamer was using the category extensively to play indie games that hadn't been added to the master list, instead of either the indie or games and demos categories that had been there for this reason. Like many of you, I both didn't care about this in the first place and am now disappointed to see it removed from the list. If Twitch really disliked seeing streams show up under The Joy of Sex when they weren't streaming the game, then they should have done the obvious logical thing. Purchase case lots of old copies from eBay, then distribute them to streamers and sponsor some bounties to flood the category with proper playthroughs. I mean, now that it's gone, what category am I supposed to use if I want to dust off my copy when it's my turn on Play It Forward? Use God Hand? World of Goo? Seaman? Or do I just indulge myself with the chaos option and pick Twitch Plays?
You may remember last month that Steam announced it would no longer count review bombs as part of a game's quality rating. A very welcome move, since these waves of off-topic reviews don't have anything to do with the actual game. They're a tool used to punish a game's developers and publishers. But what will Steam do when a positive review bomb appears? In the wake of last week's fire at the Notre Dame Cathedral, Ubisoft temporarily made the French Revolution-era game Assassin's Creed Unity free and pledged $500,000 to help restore the monument. Steam users reacted extremely well to the move, which pushed the game's recent reviews up from mixed to very positive, which, while nice, the review text on a lot of them is just good to see Notre Dame in all its former glory, and that means it's pretty much the definition of an off-topic review. Interestingly, so far the most recent 935 reviews are still counting towards Assassin's Creed Unity's score, even though Steam had no problem filtering out almost 700 negative reviews for Borderlands the pre-sequel after Gearbox announced that Borderlands 3 would be a 6-month exclusive in the Epic Games store. Even if you get bombed with glitter love and good vibes, it's still a bomb.
Fighting games have traditionally been black boxes where the underlying mechanics have been kept secret, only to be painstakingly reverse-engineered by dedicated acolytes of the fight, illuminating their findings in spreadsheets and proselytizing the word on Reddit. So leave it to Mortal Kombat 11 to just throw open the curtain and reveal the guts of how a fighting game works to anyone who can be bothered to click the tutorial. Most fighting games have practice modes to let you learn your character's moves and then practice them again and again and again against CPU opponents, hopefully ingraining the complex movements into muscle memory. Mortal Kombat 11's tutorials also start there, but then they go deep into the hidden world of frame data, a term describing how many frames it takes for a move to go through its startup, active, and recovery phases. It even teaches you how to interpret that data so you can start building your own combos and understanding how the game works. As someone who largely lost interest in playing fighting games because I couldn't grok the lingo, this is like seeing behind the Matrix. This game has rules that govern how long it takes to punch? And some punches are faster than others? What? If you're in the market for a fighting game that's actually interested in teaching you how to play fighting games, Mortal Kombat 11 sounds like it's trying to be that game. And as an added bonus, you might get so good that you get to see your inferior online opponents rage quit, granting you an opportunity to see Mortal Kombat's new Quitality, where your opponent's character gets so upset that its master abandoned it that it insta-jibs itself, granting you the win. I can't think of a better reward for your hard work than seeing a living creature explode into viscera.
Start clearing your 2020 schedule now, because Atlas has announced an expanded version of Persona 5 called Persona 5 The Royal, and it's coming out next year. The new version will add new locations to explore and hang out in, the ability to send selfies, new events, more enemies, a new confidant, more scenes from the third semester at Shuyin Academy, and a brand new phantom thief called Kasumi Yoshizawa. That's so much stuff! But as a Persona stan, I have some reservations. Persona 4 is my favorite game of all time, and I love the Golden, so much that I literally bought a Vita just to play it. But here's the deal. The whole time I was playing through the Golden, I enjoyed myself, but as a writer, I also couldn't shake a nagging feeling that aside from the quality of life improvements, was the Golden just adding stuff for the sake of adding stuff? Was the game already perfect? Like, honestly, did Marie add anything to the story? Not really. Did we need more goofing around, but this time on scooters? I mean, it was fun, but ultimately pointless. So my question is, do I really want to play Persona 5 The Royal if all it adds is a bunch of fan service that pushes the integrity of the narrative just a little bit out of whack? The answer is, of course, absolutely yes.
So you'll be taking a Persona 5 vacation then?
Try and stop me. I'm going to book off all of 2020, just to be sure. Coming up, BioWare announced this week that a number of planned Anthem updates would be delayed in order to give the developers more time to work on other fixes and improvements. Delayed features include guilds, leaderboards, a mastery system, weekly challenges, endgame content, and loot. Scrolling the teleprompter, scrolling the teleprompter. Look at all these words.
God damn, I wrote a long story.